What is up, y'all? It's that Sports Kid back with part 11 of the college football imperialism map. Let's get into it. Oregon State, Texas A&M, and Pitt are the biggest teams on the map, and it's wild. It's wild. A lot of the Midwest hasn't played. A lot of the Southeast Gulf Coast hasn't played. Yeah, we'll see if they will. First, wheel spin. Oh, by the way, with the wheel spin, I forgot when we got rid of Tulane to get rid of them off the wheel. So I was looking through that, and they were removed from the wheel. Western Kentucky is the first team selected. If you don't know how this works, welcome, and it's pretty simple to follow. So we spin the wheel, we get a team, we spin the arrow to find out what the team is attacking. Western Kentucky is attacking north, which is currently the Ohio State territory. So our first game will be Western Kentucky at Ohio State. We're playing this in NCAA 14 with the college football revamped mod. I'm not going to tell you how to download it. There's a lot of other places you can find it. If you really want, I could probably make a video on how to do it. Anyway, we have Ohio State and Western Kentucky. Ohio State is just so much better. They're 99 overall. Yeah. We do always select the away team, so we call the coin toss. We always have 15-minute quarters, so we can get high-scoring games and lots of potential comebacks.
On the banks of the Olentangy River, we've got one of the biggest crowds you'll
we
find
always
in
select
all
the
of
away
college
team, so we can
football.
call the coin toss.
Right here at Ohio Stadium, home of the Buckeyes.
If we win, we always kick off. And then we can simulate all the way to the end of the game. We are like 7 minutes in Ohio State scores. Kind of slow, except for that field goal. There's another touchdown. They're starting to move the ball. It's 24-8, 31-8. Looking like a blowout already. 38-14, 45-17. We're nearing the fourth quarter. 52-24, 52-31. Western Kentucky, they're not going to have enough time. So the final score will be 55-37 Buckeyes. So now that we have our results, we will select the winning team's color and replace the losing team's territory with the winning team's color, because it is now their land. So right here, Ohio State won, so we are removing Western Kentucky from the map. There we go, Western Kentucky is vanished, and they get removed from the wheel. Next spin, it goes quick, and I try to keep it that way so we can get as many games in the video as we can. The next team is Southern Miss. I do not believe they've played yet. They have not. They're surrounded by SEC teams, Mississippi State, Alabama, and LSU. They took their pick, and it is going to... I'm trying to shrink this. If we go directly west from the Southern Miss logo, that is literally on that border. I can't decide. I'm gonna spin it again. Usually I don't spin it again. There we go. They're gonna play at Mississippi State. Usually I don't spin it again unless it is if the arrow's pointing towards the ocean. But I literally couldn't even tell. Right there. So Southern Miss and Mississippi State. Where is MSU? There they are. Mississippi State is 10 overall ratings better. And they have home field advantage. Here are 15-minute quarters. I think Jack Campbell was a first-round pick, if I remember correctly. The draft was a couple days ago.
Opened in 1914, we're at
Davis
Davis
Wade
Wade Stadium,
Stadium.
the second oldest Division I-A football stadium in the country.
It is really old, Davis Wade Stadium. Also, they have cowbells here. Those kind of suck. Simulate to the end of the game. Miss State with a 7-point lead. Now it's a 14-point lead. Southern Miss can't really get anything going. A lot of nothing's happening until Southern Miss scored that touchdown. Now they scored another one. We have a tied game. We're in the second half. Mississippi State just scored 14 points really fast. There's another 7. Their lead is a little too much for Southern Miss to overcome at this point. 56-21 is the final for this game. So Miss State will expand again. There go the Eagles. Trying to get rid of these. The county borders are annoying, but I stole the map from the internet, so can't do anything about it. I took the map from this guy, Captain Scuttlebottom, on like some Reddit or something. I found it. Link in description for the image. Mississippi State is quite large at right now. Southern Miss is gone. We have 37 teams left, which means 37 games until this whole thing's over. We're getting so close. Tennessee is the next team. They did play one game. I think it was Georgia State. Now they're gonna play Georgia. Oh, I didn't mean to. It was facing south. I swear. Tennessee is playing Georgia. There's Tennessee. It is an SEC conference game. Georgia is 3 overall better. Both offenses are really good, but the Georgia defense is slightly better. Georgia also has home field advantage. And if you didn't notice, Georgia just loves the Atlantic coast. Trying to take all of that, except now in these past 2 games, they beat Georgia Tech, and now they're trying to play Tennessee. So, seeing if they can expand westward now.
Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs, is one of the biggest stadiums in the country and more than 75 years old. Let's head down to the coin toss now.
These are all really old stadiums in the SEC.
Real Coca-Cola taste.
Tennessee loses the coin toss and will kick off first. No, they'll get the ball first. Excuse me. Tennessee scores a touchdown. Georgia gets a safety. Doesn't look like they were able to do anything after the kick, the punt. 20-9, 20-16. Tennessee leads until that Georgia score. It is a 3-point advantage for the Bulldogs until that Tennessee score, and until that Georgia score. Again, it's 34 all around. 41-34 in Georgia's favor. Now just tied, 41 each. 48 Georgia, 55 Georgia, 41, 62 Georgia, and they're walking away with it here in the fourth quarter. 69-48 is the final score from Athens. It was a close one there for a while, but Georgia held on, and in the end, the Bulldogs were able to escape with a victory. So Georgia continues their conquest, for expansion, and such. Whatever they want, they're pretty much going to get. They're one of the best teams in the game. Another good team is not Vanderbilt, but they're on the up. They're getting better. Vanderbilt has not played a game. They could play Ohio State. There's a good chance for that. Arkansas State, Memphis, or Mississippi State. Their choice is to take on, it looks like Memphis. If we go from this logo, I think that's Memphis. If we go straight through, pretty sure it's Memphis. So, Vanderbilt at the Liberty Bowl. Vanderbilt, there they are, with their new logo that I do not like. Sorry, Vandy fans, or I don't know, whoever likes that logo, I don't like it. I think the old one's better. Memphis is better than Vanderbilt. On paper, Memphis is 6 overall better than Vandy, who's a 75. That is embarrassing. That's embarrassing for the SEC. Vandy should get kicked out. Now, probably not. They're a founding member. They're good at baseball and women's bowling. They won a women's bowling national championship the other day. It was like a month ago. Maybe, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I was watching it.
The place for this gridiron
It was like the only thing on ESPN. Vandy loses the coin toss. Hopefully their only loss of the day. Go Commodores. Not my team, I'm just rooting for them. They do take an early 7-point lead, but Memphis does respond before the end of the first quarter. Now in the second quarter, Memphis scores a field goal to make it a 3-point game in their favor. Now they score a touchdown. It is a 10-point lead for Memphis. Now it is a 13-point lead. Vandy does a big nothing. They're down by 20 going to the fourth quarter. There's no comeback from this 20-point deficit. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. There goes the ball game, and Vandy lost to Memphis. That is just terrible. Not only did they lose, but they lost by 20 points. Embarrassing. At least I can get rid of this ugly new Vandy logo. Next team, who could it be? Vandy's gone. Sorry. No, sorry. The next team is going to be Auburn, or Boston College, or Charlotte. It will be Boston College. Boston College can play Pitt or Army. I think it'll probably be Army. This is another situation where I'll have to respin the arrow, because Boston College cannot play the Atlantic Ocean. They also can't play the Atlantic Ocean. It's gotta be going south. Does that work? Going south from this Boston College logo. I'm gonna say it works. I'm gonna say that Boston College is gonna play Army. No, I'm not. I'm gonna spin it again. I don't care who they play. I think they're gonna lose. But that arrow is definitely pointing towards Pitt. Say I'm cheating all you want. This is my own freaking game. Boston College at Pitt. This is an ACC conference game. Pitt is 6 overall. Better. It is at Heinz Field, I think. Unless there's just a brand change. I think it's Heinz Field.
And now it's time for the coin toss, and it's brought to you by Coke
Well,
Zero.
that's not the name of the stadium.
Real Coca-Cola taste, 0 calories.
For sure.
Enjoy everything.
I mean, there's like the Heinz branding all over the place. Scoreboard. Boston College loses the coin toss and will receive. I might just hit the sim button. I don't like that tiny pit logo in the middle of the field. It's not great. Boston College has a lead. Now it is tied at 7 points. Now they took another lead. Now it is tied at 14. Pitt scored a touchdown. Boston College answered with a field goal. And right before halftime, Pitt scored a field goal. It is a 7-point game. Now it is a 4-point game. Now it is an 11-point game. 3-point game. Boston College is leading 37-31 with 3 minutes. Boston College is going to win. Did they do it? Did they pull it off? 43-38 is your final, with the Eagles pulling off the victory over the Pitt Panthers. Well, that was wild. Okay. So, Boston College has defeated Syracuse and Pitt as their only 2 victories. I have to go over this because Photoshop is being stupid. Should work now. There we go. Yeah. Boston College only played 2 teams, and they are now probably not the largest. They're up in the top 3, which is crazy. Now, they do have to play Army at some point. Our Army has to play them. Boston College definitely has an advantage in this game. They are secluded up in the north with a bunch of crummy northern teams. Except Syracuse. I guess Syracuse is okay. But they beat them in this tournament. So, Boston College is big. They're cool. Pitt, I don't know. Pitt screwed up. Pitt is gone. Oh, let's check on the Delaware Peninsula. Because every time this area, yeah, it's starting to connect. Every time I use the fill tool on this area, it expands 1 pixel. So, this part of the Delaware Peninsula has been filling in, and is almost, at that point, it is connected. But it is, getting closer. Army is the next team selected. Oh my goodness. We don't even have to spin the arrow. They are playing Boston. Okay. Can't get out of it. There's not even a point to spin the arrow. There we go. Boston College is going to play another game. It'll be at their home stadium, though. Because the Army Black Knights are challenging. This is for full control of the Northeast and New England. Boston College, on paper, is much better. 74 is Army's overall rating, and 84 is Boston College's. The offense for BC is so much better. Defense is a little closer, but meh. Still
Famous
looking
for
good.
the Freedom Trail and the Big Dig. We're in Boston, Massachusetts, the site for today's exciting football game.
BC wins, and they, I don't know, get the ball after halftime, I think. They won the coin toss. the game. Not yet, at least. We're in the second quarter. There's no score. There is a Boston College touchdown. There's another one nearing... Oh, yeah, okay. 14-7 after halftime. 21-7. 24-7 in favor of the Eagles. After an Army score, there's just too much happening. I can't even finish a sentence before the next thing happens. Boston College wins 31-14 over Army. I respect Army, but they were not the best team on the field today. Now I can go over this with a paintbrush. It's funny that those happened back to back. That's cool. Boston College, immediately now a gigantic superpower. But they also border Georgia. So, yeah. Who's next? Army's gone. 33 teams left. Who would like to feel the wrath of Boston College? But Miami's not going to feel the wrath of Boston College. But they will play a game. It will be UCF. That is the only team they can play. The arrow literally doesn't matter. I'm not even going to spin it. Miami will play at UCF. I think this should be a good game. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Did not know they had a rivalry with Virginia Tech. They have the same overall rating. Wow. Miami's offense is a little better, but UCF's defense is a little bit better. And UCF has the home field advantage. Bijan was a first-round pick. I was shocked to hear his name called at, like, number 8. Atlanta.
And now the coin toss, and it's presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites.
Miami does win the coin toss. They will kick off. I don't really care. Because we're seeing... Wait, what? That was the fastest score I've ever seen. 7-0. Miami 7-14. 14-14. 21-14. Lots of offense happening right now. We're only in the second quarter. It is 35-21. UCF does score right before halftime. 42-28. Miami 45, 52-28. That's a lot to overcome for UCF if they would like to win this game. They're gonna score a field. Miami is gonna score a field goal, and that'll be the end of the game at 58-28, with the Hurricanes expanding and controlling the majority of Florida. It might not even be the majority of Florida, because Georgia and Bama have a lot of it. They control a good bit of Florida. There's a county border in the middle of the logo. I feel like that was a little sloppy. There we go. Miami just hanging out down there. They stay. UCF goes. The list has gotten so small I don't even have to scroll through very much of it anymore. We're on episode 11. We've made it through so many teams, nearly 100. App State is the next team selected. Haven't played yet. They could play Boston College, they could play Georgia, or they could just play Charlotte. They are going to play Georgia. In Athens, too. This is how many times? Georgia has played like 8 home games in a row. App State would like to attempt to upset the Monsters. Chances are low, but their chances of doing anything else are also low. So they might as well take a crack at it. And if they're gonna go down, might as well go down to the best. I think I just saw they run a 3-4 defense. I don't know if that's good. I honestly don't even know what the defensive schemes are, how they work. Georgia is a lot better. Yeah.
Sanford Stadium.
Another game at Sanford Stadium.
We've
had many games at Sanford Stadium in the past couple episodes. Georgia has awoken and cannot be stopped. It's already 21-0 in the first quarter. 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. 28-7, 31-7, 34-7, 41-7, 41-10 at halftime. 41-17, App State trying to come back. They're down by 3 touchdowns. 48-20. Fourth quarter now. 55-20. The clock will expire with a final score of Georgia 55, Appalachian State 27. Is it Appalachian or Appalachian? I think it's Appalachian. Georgia had a lot of yards. Didn't score much in second half. Goodbye, App State from the wheel. And goodbye, App State from the map. Now Georgia borders Boston College. That game would definitely be for the most territory. I will remind you, having a lot of territory is not necessarily a good thing because you have more teams that could attack you from more angles. Charlotte and North Carolina State are both kind of cornered in here between Boston College and Georgia. How long have we been going? 28 minutes. We will play one more game to make it 30 teams left. Will it be USC? It looks like it's going to be the USC Trojans. That was part of the final game of the episode. Wait, is Stanford... What's happening? I think Stanford's, like, eliminated. We'll get rid of their logo. Cool. USC plays, and they're going north, which means they're going to play Utah. USC at Utah. This should be a good last game. It's a Pac-12 game. USC has better offense by a good bit. Their defenses are about equal, and their overalls lean slightly in USC's favor. I don't know if Max Duggan got drafted. I wonder if he did. I'll look it up after the video. There's Utah.
We're here in Salt Lake
Wearing
City,
some
Utah,
uniforms
near the Great Salt
at
Lake.
Rice Eccles Stadium. Southern Cal wins the coin toss and will receive the ball after halftime. They do nothing on their first drive. Utah will score on their second drive, though. It is 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. USC missed the extra point. Did score another touchdown, so it is 13-7. 14-13 should be tied, but USC did miss the extra point. There, they scored a touchdown, got the 2-1 conversion. Utah scored it. USC scored. USC, it's 42-28. We're in the fourth quarter. Can Utah come back from this with 4 minutes left? They do, except for that wild play, and USC walks away with the victory with the late score in a final score of 49-42. I really don't know what's going on with this. That'll work though. Goodbye, Utah. Nice having you. I like your team. Got a cool stadium or something. But USC managed to win. First time they've won that game in a while. Screw the borders. We'll just redraw them. Yeah. Cool. I had to get rid of the logo. Cool. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. And until the next one. Peace.